Oh, yeah, got it. I got it. I want to be in gaming. Okay. Pax Dei. Die. Save. Okay. Ben, I didn't notice it wasn't on. Yeah. Soup. Scoop. Scoop. Yep. It's not on Facebook. It's too late to turn it on. Ooh. Um, it, doggy. This is the future. Final day. Goodbye, Pax Day. 8 months ago. Oh, we should watch this. When he did his alpha test, it was
Did
pretty
you
cool
know
what
Costco sells
they made.
caskets? They
They
do.
made like
Look at
the
these.
Lord of the
Over
Rings castles.
$1,000. My husband says I'm a
I will look at the final result of the castle. Okay, guys. Are y'all ready?
It looked pretty cool. I did a good job building. And my new pet has a really nice castle.
Here we go. What the f-
Oh yeah, look at that.
Oh my god. Look at that. That's amazing. You said you wanted a dam. Yeah, I guess I got a dam.
Damn. Oh, that's cool.
Okay, here we go.
Get to see.
Wow.
Oh.
There it is, gentlemen.
Oh, that's cool.
Bro, if this beta went on for another week, I'm pretty sure this entire mountain would just be a castle.
That'd be cool.
Like, you wouldn't even be able to see the rocks. Yeah, imagine, this is fucking amazing. Holy shit, guys. Here, I'll walk around.
Oh, I think I've seen that before.
This is fucking crazy.
I think I went into itself.
You guys see it at night? I'll wait for nighttime for sure. Can you tunnel into the mountain? No, there's no terraforming. Come up to the throne room? Okay, okay, I will. Let's go. And all this is finished too? Oh my god.
Another board.
I'm gonna miss this castle. Oh, they got the little...
Looking for clay. 10?
Dude.
I think I need 10.
Look at all of the little lamps. Oh my god, this is gonna be fucking nuts. Even got a little windmill over there. Wait a second. And there's even more stuff in here?
Imagine a big streamer having like an army of
this whole
people
thing
to
is
build
built
stuff
up.
for him. Like, oh, go build Lord of the
This is
Rings
Dark
castle.
Dungeon, yeah.
Try to make it realistic.
Wait,
And they did a good
are you
job. when I
fucking
saw-
kidding me?
They found a hillside with a white tree, and built a castle around the white tree.
Look. That's awesome. This is Asmon. It's amazing, guys.
Which was pretty neat to watch. Then they built like a pathway
This is
up
fucking
to the
incredible.
castle.
Look at this. Look at this. ASMR. That is what it is, right? It's fine. Game has a lot of potential. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, I like the game just because it looks good. It looks.
And look at all
Oh,
this,
shit.
even
Sword,
stuff in
sword.
here. They've got little flower like this. Is this Pax Day? Yes, yes. This is the final. Tomorrow is the official final day, but this is the final 24 hours, at least of the beta. All of this has been built in less than a week.
Imagine if you had a year.
It's beautiful. This is
People
insane.
get tired of building. And stop playing.
They have a freaking terrace.
Then come
Yes.
back and like play a little bit.
Oh my god. Imagine what we could have done with a month. I know. Wait, this is a tavern?
The problem is there's not enough gameplay to keep people engaged long term. There's not in game. Like there's dungeons, but they need to create more dungeons
Oh my
and
fucking
interesting
god.
boss fights. And what else? More classes somehow. Because you can definitely do healers,
Wow.
right?
Creativity is crazy? It is.
You can do a healing
It's
class that has a bunch
fucking
of healing magic.
amazing.
You can do a mage class that has a bunch of attack magic.
I'm gonna be honest, guys.
You can do guys with
Like, I'm gonna
they're
move
just
back
spiders
for a
with no
minute just so you
magic.
guys can see everything.
So all they do is swing.
This is way bigger and way better than anything I could have
And they
ever
don't have
expected.
any like warrior skills. It's like, oh, if you don't have
Like, this
magic,
is
then you get some
unironically
kind of
fucking
bonus.
insane.
Maybe having magic makes you slightly
I don't think I've really...
Maybe the best stuff doesn't have magic on it. That would be good.
We want
Best
further so we can see it all in one?
magic on it?
Yeah. I'll show you
And
guys
maybe
everything.
you can do warrior.
Okay, I'll move out
Maybe
a little bit
range.
more.
Where you wear light armor, where you take more damage, but you get crazy range DPS.
Look at that.
Maybe rogue, where you wear light armor and you do crazy DPS, and if you get targeted, you die quick.
Base? Yes, I'll go all the way around too so you guys can see
And
everything.
maybe you get skills instead of magic. It needs things like that, and maybe mix and match where you can get one skill from
This way it's built
warrior,
looks more
one skill
natural.
from
It
rogue,
does.
One skill from another class.
Look at all the little houses
Just
built off
reset
the
bonuses.
mountains.
Like maybe the best skills are when you get all of one class.
Look at that.
So like, see how you have like 5 slots of magic. Maybe you can
This
get
looks like a real
all
drone footage
attack
too?
magic.
Yeah, I
You get a
know.
big bonus. You know, healing, you get a big bonus for healing.
This
You
is
get all rogue,
this
you
is
get a big
amazing.
bonus for like crits and damage. If you're a hunter style person, you get big bonuses for ranged.
I don't even know what to say.
What else?
Like, this took the
It could
collective
be-
efforts of
it could
literally
do
hundreds
a
of people, too.
combination of healing
I hope you
and
guys
heavy
know,
armor.
like,
You
they
get
ran out
paladin
of
style,
plots. We literally couldn't
or
get more
healing
plots
and
because
light
of
armor,
this.
or a mix of both, so you can
Hundreds of people built this.
wear whatever you have. Because we did
Is this
that.
a city? It's
We had a
in
bunch of
Obscura?
light
Yeah,
armor
it's pretty
that had
close.
healing on it, and then heavy armor, and we mixed them together and said you're the healer.
For a screenshot? Yeah, look at all this.
But you should have if you have light armor.
I think
you
one of the
get
coolest
faster.
things to me is the little houses built off of the mountainside, you know?
Go in,
Like
go
this
in,
little
stick
hut
it
here,
back
you
off.
know? Just small,
What else can you do?
tasteful,
Other class.
nice.
So you get the mage, which
Can you
will
please
all
get Realm
burst
of
damage.
Gondor
You have
music
the
when it shows the
elemental mages,
castle? I probably
fire
should play
mages,
music for that, right? Didn't I?
ice, lightning,
This is fucking
earth.
amazing.
What else can you do? You can have Ursk mixed
my
with
God.
fighting to make kind of like a tank.
Look
So
at
maybe
that.
the first two skills of Earth give you bonus health and bonus armor, and then you get two.
I hope
two or
you
three
guys
skills
know,
in
like,
fighter or tank.
Everybody
Maybe
on
a tank's
YouTube,
different.
like I've seen a lot of the comments with this.
Maybe a fighter is
people love
medium
this.
armor and a tank is heavy armor.
Like everybody loves this. Like I don't know how popular like the video is now. Like let me see how many people saw this.
Could be so much you can do.
Where is it? The original
Like,
video
you
that was
mix and match, you
posted.
get the first skill from each class. Jack of all trades. And maybe somehow some of the skills like mesh well together.
Over 500,000 people.
Jack of all trades could also be like
Oh
give you a
my
little bit of
fucking
healing, a
God.
little bit of damage and a little bit of tanking. Ooh yeah, you can do something like that too.
Yeah, and that's just in a couple of days too. I'm sure people will watch it,
probably won't
especially
be
whenever the
a
game's
rogue
not
ranger.
available anymore.
Light armor, super fast.
Look
Go
at
in,
that.
go out. And maybe you don't have stealth as a rogue. Maybe
Holy
it's just
shit.
you're faster on your feet.
People seeing this
So
kind of
if
structure
they're
built in
not
the game
light
draws a lot
armor,
of
they
attention
can
and ideas
never
from
do
people. I can see why. Yeah. Okay, let's go
So
up this
maybe
way.
a hunter would hunt down a rogue.
And this
It's
is, I
like
guess, the
light armor
tavern here.
ranged. And they can kite them if they turn around, or they can run after them and shoot them if they're trying to run away.
God damn.
There's so much you could do.
Wait, is this a little place that you can go up to? I think it is, actually. Wait, you can.
Let's get rid of reeds. We don't really need reeds.
Oh,
I can do a max.
Why did no one tell Washington drivers about this new rule?
If you are currently insured, drive less than 50 miles a day, and live in a qualified zip code, you can get an extremely high discount.
Later.
Additionally, if you have no tickets, if you have not received a ticket in 3 years, you could get even more discounts. But do you think your auto insurance company will tell you that? I don't think so. Now listen to this. When Miranda, a good friend of mine, entered her zip code at comparisons.org, she was shocked. She found out her local insurance agent was ripping her off. Yes, literally, ripping her off. She actually managed to reduce her insurance.
oh my God.
Got a commercial.
So, I guess for me, let me see if I can show you guys something real quick. And like one of the reasons why I think this is like really, really cool. Give me 1 second. I'll see if I can pull a picture of it up on Twitter. My dad and I, every year, we have a number
And
of
the
different
building
like
system
things that
is
we
good.
put up together. And so we have these little Easter egg houses that we put up every Easter together. And they're up right now, still, at his house, because we did it this year as well. And all of the little houses you can see, I remember growing up, seeing all of the little houses and putting them all together was like always a really, really cool thing for me because of how intricate and interesting they were, right? And I love this. And I started doing this with my dad whenever I was really a little kid. And really for as long as I remember, like we have Easter, we have a manger scene, and we also have Halloween houses as well. And so whenever I see this, like, the building with, like, all the little houses and everything, it really reminds me a lot of that.
Oh, this is our land right here. Got the Crusader crest.
It's good, man. Very good. How'd it work? Anyone can just build anywhere? No, it's all of our clan builds here. Awesome as fuck? Yeah, exactly. And like my mom, we had another manger scene as well. But my mom and I were lazy, and so it just stayed up all year. It's still up right now. In April. And in July, it will still be up
Wait,
as
if
well.
I go to this... oh, yeah, it's territory. It's our
Holy
territory.
Jesus!
Land
Look at
territory.
this!
Madman. Wtuber ship thing. Oh, that's cool.
Oh my... This is incredible.
Ooh, this is nice design. Look at that.
Look at that.
I kind of... Yeah. I like the little rolls.
Oh my fucking god.
It's just like, oh, the sword and the stone.
And they're
Yeah, well,
also,
it's
that's
wrapped
still
still?
being built too. And this is a gigantic...
sword made out of stone.
Holy shit, this is all a furnace? Oh my god, this thing is fucking massive.
It's pretty cool.
That's the pride and joy of the clan right there. We've got it up on the top of the mountain so everybody can see that we have the furnace. There it is. Let me go over this way.
Ooh, look at this area.
Then we can go up this way here.
That water down
So erect, it is.
Oh, it's just someone's
Oh
base.
my god.
Oh, did I get stuck down?
Oops. Went the wrong way.
Oh no, it's the water base. You have a little water bridge. Oh, I remember this. I remember seeing this.
Wow.
That's cool.
Holy fucking shit, guys.
Okay, oh, here we go. Yeah, come back.
I don't even know what to say. I really don't. This is... It's so far beyond what any of my expectations could have ever been. I honestly never imagined this to happen. Because, like, the last thing that we built in the last beta was, like, it was amazing. It was awesome. But I feel like we also built, like, 3 different things. We built, like, like an area at the top, and we built, like, that water city as well. And so, like, this is everybody's work consolidated into, like, no, I actually helped out a lot in the last one. No, I did. I farmed a lot of stuff. Like, this one, I didn't do shit. But, like, the last one, I actually did put a lot of work into, like, farming clay and shit like that. Yeah, look at this. And there, wait, is this, like, a little lookout? Is there a PvP? There is. Oh
I like
my
this road
god.
Look how close he is to the road. Jeez.
Oh, bro,
He's so close that
This
he
is-
can, like, enter the house from the road.
so on his foot. Yeah, it's like all the little flowers and everything. That is nuts.
Like, enter the house from the road.
And we can't go that way. I think this is where we ran out of plots. We couldn't do it anymore. Hopefully we'll be able to do that whenever the game comes out. So realistic, like, what the fuck? Yeah, I know. I think also, like, keep in mind, like, you know, for a lot of you guys probably played Valheim too. Like, this is running for me with, like, no frame drops or problems at all. Obviously, I have a really good computer, but at the same time, like, there's no slowdowns whatsoever.
Oh, I'm hungry.
The throne
Someone's
room?
growling.
Okay, okay. I think I know where it is.
I like this. Oh,
Let me go
that's
this
cool.
way.
It's like, it's a jump puzzle. Woo.
So apparently there is a throne room made.
Oh, here we go. Jump puzzle. Oh, you have to go up
Oh
there.
my fucking god.
Yeah. How do I get up to there?
I'll lead you
Yes,
to the
the
dungeons?
sideways?
Okay, yeah, I'll go.
And then jump this way. That's how you do it.
Oh my god.
And then you jump across here. Oh, where'd you-
Oh
and then
my
a
fucking
maze.
god.
Oh, that's what we should do. Oh, I should make a maze.
Welcome over.
Crazy
Jesus,
maze.
man. This is amazing. Bro, it's got the mark of sacrifice behind it.
Giant maze.
Holy shit.
Someone else's base. Oh, someone
This
else's
is
our base.
amazing.
Let's go.
Oh my god. Guys,
I
this
can
is
see our
really
base.
incredible.
Oh yeah, look at there we go.
I
Yeah.
follow me
Sam's
whenever
base.
you're ready. I'll show
That one over there is
you
mine.
our dungeon. Wait,
So I'm pretty far from the
do
clan.
you mean dungeon as in like in-game dungeon, or do you mean dungeon like crafted dungeon? Like I'll follow you.
Crafted dungeon?
Craft. Okay, all right, let's go. Uh-oh.
So, there we go. That's the clan. A couple over there. There's me way over there.
Welcome.
There's a couple guys over here.
What the fuck? No way. Oh my god. It's an actual fucking dungeon. I can't believe it.
Oh, this guy right there. Oh,
Jesus, guys.
those are teammates right there. Oh, let's go look at them.
No chains?
See, I would
there's
build a
only
bridge,
so many
right?
things you can craft. They probably haven't added a lot of
But then
things
I
to
would
craft
also
yet.
live under the bridge.
Tell a guard to torture whoever's in the dungeon. Oh, okay.
I would leave right here.
Where are the tools? Oh!
Oh, this is a good view.
I know what tools you mean. This is amazing.
Leave under the bridge. Be a real troll.
Oh my god. Alright, let's get out of here. Dude. So I guess what we need to do...
So we have an ally right
Oh,
here.
what is this?
Well, I guess we didn't make the bridge though, but we got a buddy right here. Oh, I was hoping this guy.
A great threat is upon us? Wait,
Public
what do you mean?
Market 2. Oh, they're gonna be public market right here. Public market 3.
The
Where's
enemies
Forge?
are lying beneath our feet? What?
Public market 4?
What the hell are you talking about?
Public market 1. Oh yeah,
Is this a situation?
the stars.
They've already infiltrated our lands?
So we took
Well,
over
why
this
don't we
whole
just go
area.
kill them? Yeah, it seems pretty simple to
We
me.
got
They built camps and
food for
strongholds?
sale. What do we got? We got
Is that right?
salad and
I would
lox.
assume that they would do that. Yeah, true.
We got. Oh shoot!
I want to go up to the top
Gold
again.
grain. One.
I
for
can't
one
move.
gold.
Oh, maybe I can't move because there's body blocking with people who have their weapon out. Oh, I bet that's probably what it is. Yeah, it's like New World. Okay. Go to war? Yeah, I wish. Knights are requested to adventure hunt them down. I would be down to do that. Yeah, sure. Because I would want to,
Oh,
because I really want to
so-
see what this looks. Oh my god.
Virtual cell. How does it work?
Bro, look at those shitholes over there.
Info.
Look at those absolute shitholes. God, bro, I would just quit. Honestly, I just give up. Yeah, just give up. Stop trying. Yeah, don't embarrass yourself. What are you doing? Conquer them? I wish. Look at that. And I think that what we should do, like, I'm gonna wait until it turns nighttime. So, because there's so many of these, like, the guy waving. There's so many of these, like, chandeliers and shit that, like, we have. I'm gonna be really curious to see what this looks like.
Oh.
And now you have even more houses that are off on the side of the mountain here too. Does this game have music? It has a few tracks, and the tracks are actually really nice, but they don't really play them very often.
Great sale.
I'm sure they'll probably have more tracks in the future.
Okay.
I feel like if there's any fantasy track that I would want to have, like a vibe, is I would want to have the overworld music in front of Gran Soren in Dragon's Dogma 1.
So this is armor.
Like, that to me is like, that's what it's all about, bro.
Wait, what was it?
Yes, I'll play the song.
Beeswax 4.
Now Taxes is getting the TurboTax app. And filing your taxes yourself 100% free if you didn't file with us last year. Now this is Taxes. File free in the app by 2/18. When you switch to TurboTax, do it yourself.
Raspberry.
When I read the script, I thought, yeah, this is one we should jump in on.
The script was remarkable. I just like films that try to find new ways to tell the story.
Up your skills.
The tragedies at the Munich Olympics. I didn't know that it was covered by a sports news team.
The script for September 5 was such an incredible take on an event that other films have been made about. But this one puts us right inside the room as these sports broadcasters navigate this impossible situation.
ABC headquarters want news to take over.
There are still some mysteries about this day, what happened there.
We wanted to have a new approach to the events that took place in 1972 in Munich.
This is our story, and we're keeping it.
Also, we wanted something that speaks to viewers today.
On September 5th, news was changed forever. What do I tell the cameras?
What do you mean?
I mean, can we show someone being shot on live television?
To tell a story that takes place in one location, with the monitors being the windows to the outside world. I found the challenge interesting.
This is where the best set designers make gigantic contributions in terms of how the surroundings affect the actors.
To build a continuous set, it feels like you are inside this world. Whenever you found a door, you could open the door and you went to another set.
Working in this environment created this tension.
Get out of my studio!
Incredible practical set.
And we started to do research about what kind of machines can we find and how can we rebuild such an authentic set. We went from private collectors to museums, storage rooms from old TV broadcasters.
Basically, everything that still exists is now in our studio.
It's remarkable because every single machine worked.
If you flip the switch, the light went off, and the fax worked.
Give me a second. Where is it? This is one of them, right? This isn't the one I was looking for. But it's this one? Yeah. I feel like it fits so well. This is shit? Yeah, it's what it's all about, man. Soundtracks are amazing? Yeah, they are. Look at that. Looks like real life. Look how tall this is. Oh my god. Look at that. Fear and OST is really good for fantasy. I never really listened to that at all.
Let me see. I'm gonna listen to. Let's watch another video that I would find entertaining. Pax Dei. 2025. What does Pax Dei look like in search and brief analysis? New Pax Dei servers are opening prep for update. Pax Dei Grace. How vast is Grace works? Where is all the population? Okay, let's watch a video about how Grace works.
Describe it as such. Grace is an ethereal currency central to player progression, rewards, and social systems in Pax Dei. It symbolizes the divine's power, enabling you to perform miracles for yourself or those you care about. As of now, you can use Grace for gathering and profession buffs. Unfortunately, teleporting using Grace is not included in this update, so we still need to run 2 dungeons. This is disappointing, but let's see how the Grace works in this first iteration. You get 10 Grace for free every day when you log into the game. This doesn't accumulate, and if you haven't logged in for a few days, you will still get only 10 free Grace the next time you log into the game. You can buy more Grace for gold. Each 10 Grace will cost you more money than the previous 10. I made a table to show how much gold it costs to acquire Grace. As you can see, it starts very cheap, only 5 gold to buy the first, or second I guess 10 Grace, but it doubles or almost doubles for each 10 successive Grace, and we will go into the millions if you want to purchase more than 200 Grace. Luckily, you don't need to do that, as the Grace cost resets daily. On the EU servers, it seems to reset at 5 AM Central European Time. After the reset, you'll get another 10 free Grace when you log into the game, and the cost of buying the next 10 Grace will reset to 5 gold. I think it's a good idea to buy a bit of cheap Grace each day, even if you're not planning to spend it that same day. The first 30 to 40 Grace you can buy each day is cheap even for casual players, and for the richer players, like me, they can spend a bit more each day. You never know when you may need to spend a lot of it in a single day, and the Grace system will expand in the future, possibly without resetting the Grace amount you have, so there's no harm in holding this currency. Now that you know how to acquire Grace, how do you spend it? As I said, you can use Grace to get a crafting buff, which is called the Blessing. It gives you +1 for a profession level for 1 hour, and it costs 10 Grace. The gathering buff is called a Minor Favor. It costs 20 Grace and also lasts for 1 hour. When you press the T key in game, it now opens the Grace menu. The Petronel spell, which teleports you to your home valley, summoning your dead body or body of a party member, are now a part of the Grace abilities. But they are free of charge, their function hasn't changed in the new patch. The crafting blessings and gathering favors are called after different saints. I guess they will be introduced with the lore update. Some of the blessings can affect more than one skill, and you can have multiple blessings at the same time, but you will never get more than +1 to a certain profession. They don't stack. Getting a blessing for one that you already have currently will refresh the duration to 1 hour, no stacking here as well, and no extending the buff to more than 1 hour. When using a blessing for a profession that is already maxed out to 40, it should raise it to 41. At least that's what Coloco, the community manager, wrote to me. When you get a +1 to a profession skill, it won't unlock recipes that unlock at that level. For example, a craft that unlocks at level 20 won't be unlocked when you are level 19 and use the blessing. It only affects the crafting success chance. Currently, if the blessing makes a craft trivial, meaning it's a 100% success chance, you will get the trivial amount of XP. But it was stated that it is not intended, it should still award the same amount of experience as the base skill level without the grace bonus. So this will probably be fixed soon. When is it a good idea to use the profession blessings? Definitely when crafting expensive magic items, meaning those that use tattooed sigils or crimson runic leashes, that have a higher than 40 skill required for a guaranteed craft, or those with lower level requirement if you haven't reached that level yet. Using the blessing when making other higher than level 40 crafts, like some of the steel blacksmithing recipes, is also a good idea. And once the issue with the experience will be fixed, it would be also wise to use the buff when you plan to spend some time leveling up a profession.
Yeah.
Let's move on now to the gathering buffs, or minor favors as they're called. Despite the name, they are not minor at all, and have quite a substantial effect. Let's start with the gathering buff. I haven't tested it that much, but the extra yield from the buff is between 25% and straight up doubling the gathering amount. From what I can tell, the buff will be stronger when gathering items that yield a low number of gatherables. For example, I got 1 to 4 raspberries from each click without the buff, and 1 to 2 additional ones with the buff. And for flax, I get 5 to 10 without the buff, and additional 2 to 3 with the buff. So it's a bit weaker in this case. The woodcutting buff gives a consistent 17 to 20% buff for the bigger trees. It can be a bit more for the smaller ones, but in a fir tree forest it's still better to log the big ones. I checked the big oak trees that yield the heartwood as well, and the bonus yield of the heartwood was similar to the sapwood one. The woodcutting bonus doesn't work with the sticks you pick up from the ground. That is a thing you get from the gathering buff apparently. And you don't get more resin with the buff, only more wood. Next up is the mining favor. As you can see, when mining nice, the bonus yield is not amazing. It just gives you a little more stone. But when I move to the metal nodes, tin, impure iron and copper, the bonus yield jumps up by a lot. It seems to be around double the normal amount.
Double?
The buff doesn't apply to the amount of sand you get from the nodes, only for the ore amount. But it does apply to the stones you pick up from the ground. I've heard that the buff doesn't work with pure iron, so I went to check it out. And yes, it doesn't work with it. I don't know if it's a bug or working as intended. It does work with tier 2 iron though. Last one is the skinning buff. It is pretty strong. For example, when skinning deer stags, I always got 1 to 2 large T2 hides, even when the stag itself gave me only rough hides. Normal deer gave me either rough or tier 2 hides with a bonus. My main skinning level is 32, so I tried the buff on an out with no levels in skinning. Apparently, the buff doesn't take into account the skinning level, and I still got the same 1 to 2 tier 2 hides from the stags, even though I only got rough ones from the normal skinning. This seems to be a bit overpowered now. I gave feedback regarding it on the official Discord, so if it will be nerfed, you know who to blame. Overall, with the buff I went from under 3 large hides a minute to about 4.5, so it's more than a 50% increase. I lowered the prices of boiled and fine leather that I sell to 60 gold a stack, and it has been selling up well in the last day, though it was going fine before that with 70 gold a stack. It's my main source of income from the market stalls these days.
Oh.
So when should you use the gathering minor favors? It's good to use them if you plan to spend all or most of the 1 hour duration of the buff to actually gather items. If you just want to spend 5 minutes gathering a bit of wood for charcoal, it's not worth spending the grace in my opinion.
Yeah.
The mining buff is worth using if you plan to mine a lot of tier 2 iron and maybe impure iron as well. If the buff will include the pure iron in the future, obviously it will be useful to use the buff then. And for gathering and skinning, it's worth taking it if you plan to use the big portion of the buff time for the gathering. They are pretty strong buffs as they stand right now. Besides the Grace Edition, there were several other changes and bug fixes in the patch. Nothing too major though. A nice change was the addition of a couple of NPCs next to the loot pile so people can farm them. It took them some time to address this issue, but better late than never, I guess. Some of the icons are less colorful now, their saturation value has decreased. I assume it's a bug, many icons look too pale now, we'll see how it pans out.
What's it called?
Well, that's all I wanted to talk about in this video. Overall, Grace is a nice addition, though I hope we would get the teleportability in this patch. Hopefully this will come soon. I'm not sure if I will be making more Pax Day videos in the immediate future. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Stay tuned. Anyway, you can check my other videos on this channel, like the ones popping on the screen now. Thanks for watching.
This game, you're not ready for it.
Oh, I should make some. I need to go buy substitute. Oh wait.
You're in the middle of this beautiful sci-fi environment, and you're seeing intrigue, the espionage, the alliances form, the power that shifts around. It's amazing to watch.
Simple actions can have massive effects.
You can cooperate with people, compete with them, make friendships, deceive them, betray them.
It's amazing to think that it's all just other players.
More players start coming. It just starts this complete cascade of actions, and you don't know what's going to happen.
It is a free-for-all. People get locked up and shot instantly. People start dying left, right, and center. It's just something that you can't get anywhere else. just the rush like no other.
All good things.
Everybody's on this journey and writing their own stories, and that is probably the simplest way I can describe Eve.
Things continue to change and evolve. It's awesome. I love it. Part of Eve.
All right, so this week in Pax Day, we were expecting to see the economy patch come on Tuesday. Tuesday came, Tuesday went, no patch, and then what do you know? Surprise, on Friday, we have a patch day today, and that was for the market update. We now have gold and market stalls that have made it into the game. This is actually a surprise for me. It is verse 2 is what this is being called. It is the market square update. This update has been divided into at least 2 parts, right? So we have the market square, which is coming out right now, and then in the future we have the grace mechanic that is going to be getting added in. It sounds like, based on all of the feedback that we've gotten from the devs, that'll probably be coming very early on in 2025. But for the time being, gold is on the menu, and we also have markets in which we can trade now between players. We're going to talk about all of that. We have the patch notes and a little bit more than that. So hello and welcome, all of you incredibly professional consumers of Pax Day and Pax Day related content out there. I'm Altari, the professional gamer, and this is another episode of the Pax Friday Review, the show where we talk about all the fun, interesting, new, and exciting information that has dropped for Pax Day over the last week. Like I said, Market Square verse 2. We're going to go and talk a little bit about all of the patch notes and some thoughts that I have on it. And I'll see you over on PlayPax Day's official website so we can talk about all of that. All right, so here we are on the official website, and you can see here, Market Square verse 2. So really quickly, one thing that I wanted to say, I was actually kind of surprised by seeing verse 2. I figured that the verses were going to kind of be more substantive content updates. Like we had the Proving Grounds update, which was verse 1, and that introduced a whole swath of new changes. This particular content update seems to be less in that regard, but it does also seem, it's though unconfirmed if this is true, that verse 2 is being split across 2 different updates. We have the gold and market stall update, and then the second half of it, which is going to include things like the grace mechanic and miracles, which they did tease at this particular video that we have. We will go through that video here very, very shortly after the patch notes. And there is a teaser about grace, and we'll talk about what I think that all means. But first and foremost, this update is being called the Market Square update, and there was a lot of new features that got added together with it. First and foremost, we have gold. You can get these from any humanoid-like NPCs, so that is basically Zebians and Inquisition. I have confirmed that you will not be able to get gold from the Lost Souls or any of the animals. So those are really the only 2 source locations for gold, are Inquisition and Zebians. Gold operates like an ethereal currency, which means you can't lose it in PvP. It's not something that sits in your inventory and hogs up space. It's something that exists in its own little UI element. That is definitely interesting. It makes me wonder if gold is going to have some kind of similarity to other types of ethereal currencies that we've seen in other games, like the premium currency and all of that. So they haven't talked anything to do with any of that stuff, but this is kind of what I would imagine is part of that. In addition, ethereal currency is probably going to be something that is expanded upon, like grace might be another type of ethereal currency that your character can have. But either way, you won't be able to lose this type of currency, ethereal currency, on your character if you get killed in PvP. This is something that is linked to you intrinsically. You won't be able to lose your money, which actually is kind of interesting. Highway robbery will not necessarily be able to happen. Maybe you can bribe people to not kill you and take all of your stuff. Who knows? But either way, that is all that there is to do with gold. Market stalls were also added. They are only going to require carpentry level of 5. The recipe appears in your crafter list, so don't go looking on props or any other specific areas. It's the crafter list. And then each market stall is going to have a max capacity for 120 sell orders for whatever item you're trying to sell. There are also permissions. So currently you can only change the permissions for who can sell at your stall. So you can set it private for only yourself, clan elders, so only the elders of your clan, or clan aldermen. That does not restrict who can buy. They mentioned before that you will be able to potentially change who can buy at your stalls in the future, but for the time being, that is not a feature included in this particular update. Actions, you can't change the permissions for. Everyone can purchase, but then also an order can be canceled by both the seller, the market stall owner, and the plot owner. All 3 of those things can be different people, so just be very cautious of the type of people that you are putting your items on the market for. Make sure that they're trusted. An example, the Golden Company and the Golden City have a whole market square where players can come in and either place their own stall, and there's a little bit of an agreement that comes with that, but then there's also the ability for them to just list their prices on public stalls that we have too, with obvious benefits between the both of them. But you have to be a trusted organization to do that. And I actually appreciate the fact that Mainframe is creating these types of ways that players need to trust each other, because that actually can create drama and other stuff that go on in the future as well. Don't over systematize things. Creating a sell order. So when you put an item or a stack of an item in your inventory on sale and give it a gold price, each sell order size corresponds to 1 inventory slot. So it's like the max stack size. So creating a sell order comes with a brokering fee gold charge. I believe the broker's fee is like 5% with a minimum of 1 gold that is being charged. And this can only be done at market stalls that aren't at full capacity. You have to have space in your inventory if you remove these items from the market stall as well. And then additionally, you can filter kind of how the journal has the filter feature, or any of the crafters have a filter feature. The market stalls have one as well. When you go to purchase, anyone can browse, and you'll be able to see the quality changes on those types of items as well. So if there is an item that's being sold that's almost broken, you know that it's almost broken before you buy it. That's great. And that also means for those selling that if you put an item up for sale that isn't in perfect condition, it's probably not going to be valued as much. Upon the purchase, gold is immediately transferred to the seller's wallet. So it goes from your wallet to the seller. It's not held or stored in any particular way past that point. And then orders can only be canceled by the seller, the market stall owner, or the plot owner. In addition to that, when it is canceled, it goes to the inventory of the person who canceled it, not to the person who originally posted it. So just be wary of that again. And then notifications, when your sell order is filled out, you receive the gold immediately in your wallet. With this release, it's not going to give you a visual notification when you sell a good. Your gold wallet just will update when the gold is transferred. They're going to work on clear notifications, and they already have stuff that is in process of being worked on. They also mentioned including a feature in the future where Discord, you'll be able to get like a Discord message notification as well when something sells. When you destroy a market stall, you can't have any items in it. You have to cancel all those items. So make sure when you place them, you just have a firm understanding with the people who are placing them, that if you are planning to readjust and move things,
that they're available and able to take their stuff off of the market. And that is an important one for a lot of people. In addition to that, there is if there's no plot owner anymore, then the market stall owner and the owners of the different sell orders can cancel the orders. So if there's no plot on it or anything like that, once you place a new plot over it, then whoever becomes the plot owner has all of the same rights for that market stall. They added a bunch of changes and fixes to some stack sizes have been increased. The system for selecting interactable items, loot gatherables, and props is also now more reliable. And the interaction range has also been slightly increased. A lot of us noticed with the last update that if you had boxes that were stacked 3 tall, that you wouldn't be able to reach the top one anymore. So I think that this slight increase is now giving you access back to be able to grab those boxes. The unstuck ability is no longer usable during combat. I think you have the same combat timer for it, and it also requires full stamina in order to activate, so you can't have been running to activate. It has to be something, you can't use this to get out of combat anymore. Mining and tree chopping animations are also enhanced. Clan names now also consistently show up underneath name tags. That's awesome. For like the last 2 months, we've been walking around not knowing who's with who. Fortunately, we kind of understand everyone's colors at this point. But there was also some balance fixes for combat. Projectiles can now penetrate water surfaces. That one's a very niche one. But then we also have a great one, which was the reduced forward movement of all melee attacks by 10%. I think additionally, what mainframe should consider here is directional inputs on your keyboard, like WASD, but have it where if you're not holding W, then your character shouldn't progress forward. If you're holding W and you attack, then your character should progress forward. Same thing with holding S. It would be great if I could attack and also step away from an enemy, or attack and sidestep. That would be a really great feature. Ostrich, if you're listening, take notes. He's probably like shaking his head right now. But either way, stamina costs of blocking in PvE combat has also been reduced. This is just PvE, not PvP. Stam regeneration is also getting paused on blocking, but if you have food or potion regeneration, it's going to continue even if you block. So that was a little issue that was fixed. Melee targeting has also been improved so that you're hitting enemies that are closest to you. And aim assist has now been removed. At least the slider has. Aim assist still exists in the game, but you change the depth of it, I guess. Damage of all sword types has also been increased. Meanwhile, the one-handed and two-handed spears have been divided into hand spears and pole arm categories. And I believe there's also a reduction in damage coming from some of the hand spears as well. They also fixed an issue where one-handed spears incorrectly use pole arm damage to find for the final combo chain attack. So interesting how that coding works, but very, very good that it was fixed. The axe special attack now also reduces the target physical resistances by 20%, which it used to be a flat value. Now it's 20%. This in PvP is going to be a big change. You might want to consider using an axe now in PvP combat, because that reduction by 20% is a very large difference. You're going to be doing many, many points different in damage, probably like 5 to maybe even 10 points of damage difference from when you don't have the proc on for when you do. The hurt proc effect has also been adjusted to reduce the stun duration, application chance, and flat damage. Spellcasting now correctly displays the spell icon and the text on NPC nameplates. That was an issue. Then there were a couple of other fixes nominally about all of the NPCs and just related issues with disappearances and aggro and how they pathfind. I think that means that we're going to see a continuation of mobs being able to walk around obstructions like shield walls when you're in dungeons, which in my opinion is great. That improvement is coming. It forces players to have more strategy to what they're doing. There's some audio improvements as well. Inquisitors now grunt. Ugh. Then for Discord, they also took away the username that goes underneath the chat, which helps people with privacy concerns. They added several different broadcasts that can go through clan and party events to broadcast to the chat, new members joining, members leaving, being kicked out. So this is just kind of reestablishing past functionality where you could see when someone joined your clan, for example. They added a settings menu in the general chat to allow a filter for what chat lobbies you're seeing. They updated the Discord button textures. Cool. Just a bunch of other general fixes. For the world, they also increased the size of a couple of items. They added some missing icons. They corrected a 3D model for wrought iron bars. So if you're looking for your wrought iron bars, it's probably just a different model that you're looking for now. They fixed a couple of smoke effects and lighting things that were coming up with some of the different crafters. Then for character art, beards and mustaches, I did that wrong, but beards and mustaches are now selected independently, much like what I just did. And that's in character creation. They've also made a couple of adjustments. Capes also are getting another pass in terms of how they lay over the character, and that is great. Definitely flavor. And what we'll see in the video up above is it looks like we're close to getting those fur pelted capes back as well. For resources, there are some animal spawn points that have been updated. They increase tree branch and nice stone density in the starter areas, so the ground is going to have more of those, though what'll be interesting is if that starter area also has plots all around it, then you might not get some of those spawns anyways, so might have to get fixed in a different way. They also fixed a couple of issues like skinning was not always giving you XP from looting animals' corpses. They adjusted recipes for starter professions to align with the stack amounts for ingredients, fixing the issue that caused maps, and a couple of other small things. They updated recipe names for smithy signs to be also more descriptive. We got localization, so both French and German is now supported by the game. You can switch over in the settings side of things. And then there was a list, a comprehensive list of known issues, and there's already been a couple of updates since the release of the patch this morning as of date of recording on Friday. So a lot of changes have been made. I would report on these, but a lot of them are getting fixed actively, so it isn't going to really benefit by the time most of you are going to be watching this video anyways. So next, wanted to take the opportunity to go and talk over the video really quick and then talk about my thoughts on this update. So we're going to just go ahead and head over there for this. I will see you over there. All right, so here we are for the video. This is actually the first time that I've watched it. Gold loot, like to see it. 14 gold. And now here what you're gonna be able to see looks to be the demo of how things are getting stored between your inventory and
maybe it's
chests, for example.
It says free.
Now what's interesting is we do have a couple of different stall models here currently, but it also looks like some of them are untextured. And here is the foxtail cape that I was talking about before. Hold up. All right, so right here, y'all, we have the Shadow Halberg. This was something that was teased a long while ago. That was actually I think it was Radiant Men 3 chainmail piece. It was a tier 5 piece. So I think we're getting pretty close to getting a new tier of armor here. And then I don't think we've seen white plate armets either. And right here we also have white plate sabatons. So I think white plate might actually potentially be another level past like attenuated plate. So I think this might be a tier 5 item. There was no updates to crafting yet, but this might be something that we can expect in the early January update that it sounds like we're going to be getting. So here's just an example of them placing a sell order here, and also the different localization for both German and French. And then, okay, people sent me some stuff about this one. So here's an example of the Grace and Miracles system. And you can see that it looks like this menu is brought up in some kind of UI element, almost like the emote wheel. And there are 3 different sections. You have the general, crafting, and gathering. Now, in this video, based on what I was sent, yeah, we only actually see the crafting and the gathering side. So let's just take a second here and look at what we got. Now, for the gathering, you can see there is more like the plants or the harvesting, the leatherworking, the woodworking, and the mining. So this almost to me feels like they're adding a harvesting skill, because these other 3 are all attached to skills, but picking up like flowers or mushrooms or all of these other things, that it doesn't have a skill associated with it yet. So I have a feeling that we're going to be getting this skill as well, which we haven't seen before. But then we also have all of these. Now, I think these increase the amount that you get when you pick things up if you have it active, which will be really, really cool if that is the case. And then for the crafting side of things, to me, I feel like these are either going to give you more experience or potentially increase your chances of better crafting results, maybe. This one I'm a little bit more divided on, but maybe we also aren't seeing everything here. Like, you might be able to click on this and it expands and gives you a tree of options that you can go from. And then the other thing that we don't see here is the general. This is where I feel like the teleportation miracle is going to be located. Another thing that's worth talking about too is, do any of these actually require like a skill associated with it? Like, is there a divine skill that players are going to have? And are these things that certain players like who want to specialize as priests, will they be able to do these better or give them to other players or more rare versions? Now, we also see right here, and this one I think is also quite interesting because it says Armorer's Minor Blessing. So looks like it's giving you some kind of ability with regards to armoring or the armor smithing discipline, and it says Minor Blessing.